All right, let's get right to that breaking news right now involving Metro. Big mess right now. Disruptions on 4 of Metro's 6 lines. Most of the trouble because of a derailment earlier this morning.
But the good news is that it was a non-passenger train that derailed at Smithsonian, so no injuries. The bad news, though, your commute for thousands of you will be really challenging today. Let's begin our team coverage with Annie Yu, who is at the Smithsonian station with an update. Annie.
Hey, good morning, Maureen and Steve. You're right. You know, this could really be a nightmare for you this morning, especially if you rely on Metro every day. Some people don't think about that alternative option, but here at Smithsonian, it's closed. You need to know that it is closed. Things are quiet here. We actually had some transit police leaving the scene here, but here's what you need to know. That derailment is causing train service to be suspended on the blue and orange lines this morning between Federal Center and McPherson Square. Now, the Smithsonian, Federal Triangle, and L'Enfant Plaza stations are all closed. So is the lower level at Metro Center. Those are all very busy stops. This is obviously causing major delays on the blue, orange, and silver lines. I highly recommend that you consider some sort of alternative travel option. Insider tip here, not really insider, but for those of you that travel Metro know this, that the yellow line may provide an alternative for some of you traveling from Virginia to downtown D.C. Meanwhile, Caitlin has been mentioning this, but doesn't hurt to reiterate that the silver line trains are operating the Wheelie Reston East and East Falls Church stations only to reduce congestion. So you can't really go further than East Falls Church. You got to hop onto the orange line trains to continue that trip. It's still very early, so we don't know what caused the derailment this morning. And at this point, Metro has no idea what caused this and when service will be restored. Let's hope, keep our fingers crossed, that this won't be the situation for that afternoon, evening rush. Live in Northwest, Annie Yu, Fox 5 Local News.
All right, to try to get through the morning rush right now. Annie, thank you. More now on the ripple effect now. Folks outside several Metro stations now waiting on shuttle buses.
Unfortunately, they're waiting with some confusion. Fox 5's Bob Barnard live outside McPherson Square now with that angle to the story. Bob.
Hey, good morning, Maureen and Steve. Yeah, outside McPherson Square, they're providing bus shuttles, and this is one of them that's just arrived here. Been a little confusing for some of these folks because there have been the normal buses that come down 14th Street here, the 52 and the 54. So people have been getting on buses, being told to get off buses. As you see here, Metro Transit Police are helping as well as supervisors here. But they're basically having to get on buses here at McPherson Square, and then they are stopping at all the other stops along the orange and blue lines until you get to Federal Center. But some people have been mighty confused. As you see, people are coming and going, and it's a tough go because these people are coming in from Virginia, and then they're being told at McPherson Square you got to get upstairs and get to the shuttle buses, which up until about 10 to 7 were fairly erratic, let's say, and now they are bringing them in one at a time. And a short time ago, we spoke to a Metro rider typical of who we're seeing and hearing from here this morning. Confusion and concern here on Metro this morning. Here she is.
Have to miss work today. A shuttle didn't come either place.
Where were you earlier?
They made us get off at McPherson, wait for a shuttle. It never came. Then I walked up. They said a shuttle would come up here, and nothing's coming here either. So I think I'm going to go back home if I can get there on the subway. I give up.
One of the many Metro passengers this morning concerned. You see, here's one of the shuttle buses going. They're waiting for another. Up until about 5 minutes ago, they'd been pretty good, and there had been nobody waiting here up on the street outside McPherson Square. But look, as we pan around to the right here, you now have dozens of people who are wondering how they're going to get to where they're going. And it is by Metro bus, but it's been a little erratic, a little confusing for folks. And really, Metro is saying, as Annie was mentioning earlier, if there's another way to get into the city, you might want to do it, because on the Silver Line, for instance, which does run right through the orange and blue line path through the city, they're saying basically you can ride from Wheelie Avenue, get off at East Falls Church, and hop on an orange line train. But they've been having problems at the Vienna Metro station, and even before that, Metro was saying for those folks, expect crowding and delays. So just really not a good morning at all for Metro. In fact, there was an issue up between Friendship Heights and Medical Center on the red line. They were single tracking through Bethesda, and so, excuse me?
They're going to make us pay 2 tickets. When we get to Metro Center, we got to pay again.
How you feeling this morning?
Oh, living the dream.
I hear you. But it has been confusing, folks. And you'll see they're trying to get them on buses and to work or wherever they're going. But it has not been smooth, at least not so far this morning, guys.
Not at all, Bob. I mean, it's a huge mess out there, and we know how quickly